Muy buenas noches y bienvenidos a La Plataforma. Mi nombre es Débora Menieur Núñez y para los que no me conocen, La Plataforma es un espacio a través del cual compartimos ideas, entre otras cosas, de personas talentosas que están buscando impactar el mundo de alguna forma. En la noche de hoy estaré haciendo un programa sumamente especial porque voy a estar compartiendo un poco más acerca de lo que es un propósito de vida. Como pueden ver, mi camisa dice en español. Mi camisa dice agente de esperanza y es parte de las cosas que voy a estar compartiendo con ustedes en la noche de hoy. Ahora, el programa de hoy para mí es sumamente especial porque hace unos cuantos años yo decidí comenzar a desarrollar un propósito de vida. Y no solo desarrollar el propósito de vida, sino comenzar a tomar pequeños pasos y hacer pequeños cambios en mi vida que me llevaran hasta donde estoy hoy, ¿verdad? Y todo está relacionado con ese crecimiento y ese desarrollo de ese propósito y cómo poco a poco mi vida se ha ido transformando año tras año a medida que mi propósito se transforma, me transforma a mí. So, básicamente esa es la dinámica en la que voy a estar hablando hoy. So, también tengo el privilegio de tener conmigo a un invitado sumamente especial y es un invitado sorpresa, ya que no lo anuncié antes de comenzar el live de hoy. Pero voy a hablarles un poco del background, de qué es lo que estoy haciendo y les advierto que es posible que el programa de hoy sea un poquito en Spanglish. So, vamos a lo que vinimos. Pues nosotros el día de hoy como les estaba diciendo, vamos a hablar acerca del propósito de vida. Y quiero darle un poquito de trasfondo de dónde sale esta idea, ¿verdad? So, para los que no me conocen, en el 2012 yo tuve la oportunidad de graduarme de escuela superior, ¿verdad? Y yo me fui a los 16 años a República Dominicana a estudiar medicina. Mi único propósito en ese entonces era estudiar medicina, desarrollarme en esa área, y yo pensaba que a través de la medicina era que yo iba a realizar ese impacto y ese cambio en la vida de las personas. Pero gracias al tiempo que estuve en República Dominicana, pude experimentar una transformación de lo que era el cambiar ese propósito de vida porque descubrí la movilidad estudiantil y, como ustedes saben, en 2018 tuve la oportunidad de publicar mi primer libro, ¿verdad? Y así es como se transforma el caminar, ¿verdad? Nosotros nos ponemos unas metas, unos sueños y unas ideas. Y nosotros comenzamos a trabajar fuerte hacia esas metas y esos sueños y esas ideas. Pero la realidad del caso es que en muchas ocasiones la mayor fortaleza que nosotros podemos tener es transformar la forma en la que nosotros vamos a transformar la vida de las personas a medida que nuestra vida cambia y a medida que nuestra vida nos enseña diferentes formas de cómo nosotros podemos realizar un impacto en los demás, ¿verdad? So, yo crecí rodeada de muchísimas personas que me enseñaron a ver la vida de una forma diferente y a ser una persona sin límites, ¿verdad? Y gran parte de ser una persona sin límites estaba ligado a la realidad de que yo fui criada por mujeres poderosas, yo fui criada rodeada de personas que estaban realizando un impacto en la vida de otros de una forma u otra. Mi mamá es una persona extraordinaria, ustedes saben que para mí siempre mi mamá es uno de esos temas centrales, pero también yo tuve grandes ejemplos en mis abuelas y en mis tías, que eran personas que todos los días se esforzaban porque yo entendiera y viera que yo podía hacer las cosas y vivir sin límites, ¿verdad? Tan sin límites que a los 16 años mudarme a otro país pues no parecía como que una idea loca, sino simplemente el comienzo de poder construir mis sueños. Ahora, mudarme de país me ayudó en muchísimas formas. Me puso a que mi vida y mi historia se conectara con personas extraordinarias que ayudaron a forjar muchísimas cosas claves en mi vida, ¿verdad? Y Mi propósito de vida se conecta muchísimo a mi historia de emprendimiento, mi historia universitaria y ese desarrollo de mi carácter. Todo este crecimiento tiene 3 partes, ¿verdad? Y un propósito de vida se comienza a desarrollar con un poquito de todo. Y es descubrir ese punto donde tus sueños, tus aspiraciones de carrera y ese impacto que tú quieres tener en el mundo se encuentran. Y esa conexión, ese punto de convergencia, por decirlo así, de una forma espectacular, crea una explosión en tu vida y hace que de momento todo lo que parecía que estaba estancado comience a fluir de nuevo y a moverse a una velocidad nunca antes vista y nunca antes experimentada. Y yo sé que en episodios anteriores yo he hablado acerca de esto a través de lo que es el liderazgo o a través del rol que eso puede jugar en tu vida, pero la realidad del caso es que hoy me quiero enfocar en esas pequeñas cosas que me fueron acercando hacia el camino que yo debía caminar y en cómo ese desarrollo y ese crecimiento en áreas que parecían que eran distintas se unieron para que yo esté aquí hoy, ¿verdad? Y todo comienza con el papel que jugó cada una de esas áreas de mi vida en este desarrollo del propósito, ¿verdad? Mi historia universitaria me conectó con la movilidad estudiantil. A través de la movilidad estudiantil tuve la oportunidad de impactar a muchísimos estudiantes y ayudar a otros a que supieran que esas oportunidades estaban disponibles para ellos y que se atrevieran a soñar y se atrevieran a creer, ¿verdad? A través del emprendimiento, no solo ayudé a muchos negocios a crecer y a expandirse, sino que también descubrí muchísimas características que yo no sabía que tenía, ¿verdad? Y descubrí ese potencial que estaba dentro de mí, escondido, y de momento se transformó y mi vida cambió, ¿verdad? Y el carácter me ayudó a centrarme en qué era ese rol y ese deseo que yo quería tener en mi vida, ¿verdad? So, hoy no solamente van a escuchar mi historia, sino que vamos a tener un invitado. Vamos a tener un invitado que va a contarnos un poco de su historia. Voy a estar intentando hacer esa traducción casi en tiempo real, pero quiero que conozcan, ¿verdad? ¿Qué es lo que quiero lograr, ¿verdad? So, el invitado que nosotros tenemos hoy, el invitado que nosotros tenemos hoy es una persona que realmente a mí me impactó muchísimo porque utilizó su posición de influencia para generar un impacto en la vida de muchísimas personas. Y es una de las personas que todavía el sol de hoy es una de las que más me inspira. Y hoy tengo el privilegio de que esté conmigo aquí en la plataforma. Así que, como ustedes saben, voy a poner el videíto de introducción para luego darle la bienvenida a la plataforma. Hi.
Hola.
Hola, welcome to la plataforma. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. Over here, just trying to translate and explain what's the dealio today. So thank you for joining me.
Oh, man, you're fine. It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. So today, the purpose of today's episode is connecting with a purpose in life. And one of the people that I know that has done that majestically has been you. And as I was saying in Spanish, you're one of the people that inspire me to connect that purpose of life with the work that we do every single day and the way that we choose how to impact and generate impact. So can you talk with us a little bit more about what's your purpose and how does it connect with what you're doing through the Hope for Us charity?
Well, it's pretty simple. I feel like, for me to be where I am in life, there have been a lot of people that have helped me. And basically, I just want to be able to give back, to others, to where they can be able to try to succeed or be in a place or even surpass where I am. Because I believe that, with a little bit of support, little hope, anything's really possible. One of my favorite sayings is one random act of kindness. With one random act of kindness, you can do a lot of things for somebody. It's just like, giving somebody $1 or giving somebody a helpful piece of advice, or, just being there for somebody when they need you to listen to them. And that's why, me and my friend, we started the Hope for Us charity, just to be able to, not only actually help people, monetarily, or help them with, the educational needs or medical checkups and things like that, but, just to inspire hope, just a little bit of hope goes a long way.
It does. It does go a long way. And how does that desire of bringing hope and inspire others to do the same brought you to doing the work that you're doing at Puerto Rico?
Well, I mean, the Puerto Rican people are great. I say, they're almost second home for me, honestly, and it's just unfortunate. There's a lot of things that shouldn't be the way that they are, and they are, I've been to certain schools, just, speaking to the schools about, how to further their education, just how my life was, in terms of before basketball and after basketball, the importance of education. But when you're seeing the way that these kids are, the materials that they're lacking, how can you say these things without trying to help them, And it started small, in Puerto Rico. I gave a few school supplies to a school in Quebradillas, some gym materials, things like that. And then, that's when I met you. And then we were able to do that first year, we were able to do some big things. We were able to help, I think, around 7 schools. And, we're just year by year, we're just continuing to build off of that. And, we're small right now, but I think, in my mind, I think that we can get a lot bigger.
Yes, we can. And I really, one of the things that kind of made me like open up like my mind in the type of the impact that we can do, it's that work that we did in the different schools in Puerto Rico, and how we were able to not only bring the supplies, but help kids see that there is a lot that can happen because of education, and that role that education plays in the opportunities that you might get to have in life. And I think that that's one of the areas that are kind of core of the work that you do. And can you let us know a little bit more about education and why you are so passionate about it?
Well, I mean, I'm Nigerian, my parents are both Nigerian, and they grinded, back in Nigeria, nothing's given to you easily, my parents were always telling me when they were little, like, to go to school, they would have to walk like 7 miles or something like that, and I'm just like, Mom, come on, you're playing around with me, but this is the reality, just to go to school, So in the States, they would always drill that for us. They'll always drill that into our head. Like, you guys have it easy. You guys have it easy. We just want to make sure you go to school and soak up all the knowledge that you can, because it's easier here than it is for a lot of other people. And education was big for my mom and my dad. They always told us, education is the thing that you need to move forward in life. It's what you need, no matter what. It's what you need. Even when we started sports, it was like, my mom was like, I don't care if you're like LeBron James and you go to college and your first year they want you to go to the NBA. No, you need your degree. And this, hearing this from your parents, all the time is something good, because sometimes, of course, as a kid, you don't want to study. You don't want to go to school sometimes. You just want to hang out with your friends and be the cool guys. Try to be the cool guy, But then as you realize the cool guy is actually the one that studies and, gets that education. When you're able to do stuff like that, you can go on to be somebody like Elon Musk or Bill Gates or something like that. But you need the foundation first. These things, the foundation is very, very important. You need the books, you need the materials, you need all these things to succeed. And if I can do it, if I can be able to supply, these schools that can these materials at the time with the materials that they need, then I'm going to do my best to do that.
Yeah. And that's very important, because usually people think that having a talent and being really good at it, it's good in itself. And sometimes that talent and that amazing thing that you know how to do sometimes leads to a little bit of push and a little bit of a platform and a little bit of an extra little thing. And education does play a role in furthering that impact and in furthering that reach that you might get, because it kind of supports the talents that you have. It supports the platform that you might get, because you become not only the person that knows how to do this thing very, very well, but the person that knows how to do this thing very well, and ... what you decide to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of the impact that you are able to do through the work, through the donations, through the schools, what is the goal? What does it take for people to make a difference?
It's just like when you plant a seed, it doesn't grow right away. I just like, we got to continue planting seeds, and then one day, hopefully it grows into a forest, and that's just the plan right now. Just slow. We're going to do it as slow as possible right now. There's no need to rush anything. And then, hopefully, we're able to get the funding and things that we need, the donations, the volunteer help. And then, hopefully it just continues to grow from there. Right now it's a slow grind, but we've been able to affect some change on a low scale. But I'm a pretty positive guy, and I believe that even on the low scale right now, bigger things are to come, and I really truly believe that.
I really truly believe it too, and I like that thing you said about planting a seed and it growing into a forest, because no donation, no impact, no help is too little. No, nothing is too little if you care enough about a cause and you care enough about generating an impact. And I kind of wanted it to come from you, because it's not just me or common knowledge. It's a way of seeing things and affecting the change that we want to see in the world. So what are some of the plans or things that the charity is about to be doing, and how can people support that?
Well, at least here in Puerto Rico, we're planning to start a virtual tutoring platform, to where we'll have some teachers, helping students all around the island, just studying whatever they need help with, whatever the students need help with. Primarily, I'll say, like in the South, like Ponce and Juana Diaz, were been affected by, the earthquakes and still being affected by, you know, the Hurricane Maria that happened some time ago, you know. And those kids really need the help, you know, not only with just supplies, you know, but just to further their education, you know. So right now we want to do a virtual tutoring service, free of charge, of course, to the students. But, you know, also, if we can, you know, we need to have, you know, computers and things donated for these kids that are lacking that the computer to connect to the virtual service, you know. But we're starting right now. We're starting keeping it simple, you know. We're just going to raise some funds to where we'll be able to get the online platform off the ground, and then when it's up and started, you know, we'll let everybody know. That way, people can give donations or even volunteer to help. You know, because like I said, we need all the volunteers that we can, and also we need teachers too. You know, that will help to do the tutoring. I can't say I'm smart enough to actually tutor some of these kids, but, you know, we need some really good teachers, you know, that want to, you know, donate their time to helping some of these children succeed.
Yeah. And I ask you like I have no idea what we're talking about because I really like the fact that you're sharing it with us. But I am really looking forward to that project. And I'm really looking forward to that project because, like you said, there's a lot of kids that need access to computers and need access to internet, because sadly, the numbers are telling us that there's a lot of kids on the island that sadly were not able to receive the classes that they should have been able to get this semester.
I believe it's 16%, isn't it?
The what?
It's around 16%, right?
16% of kids, 16.9% of the kids in Puerto Rico either didn't have access to a computer or didn't have access to internet. And it's mind-boggling that in 2020, the year that we literally needed every single kid to have access to a computer and every single kid to have access to internet to actually get the education that they need, it didn't happen. So the fact that we are able to work together into becoming agents of hope and helping people and raising the funds and connecting kids to the education that they need. For me, it's one of the biggest privileges of this year. So how can people become agents of hope in their communities?
Well, honestly, before I answer that question, I forgot to tell you that I talked to a guy, Carlos Rodriguez from the Happy Givers. He told me that he's willing to donate to the platform with the for which is a really big deal, because, you know, they're a wonderful charity also. I've always been looking forward to, you know, partnering with these guys, because they're doing some wonderful things on the island, in terms of, you know, feeding the homeless and things like that. I think is wonderful. So for him to reach out and, you know, donate something to us so we can get our project off the ground is huge. So, you know, I just want to tell you that, and thank him while we're on your platform, and say, man, I really appreciate that, because it's from the bottom of my heart. That's huge. That's huge for us.
It is huge. And I can't wait to like have Carlos on the platform and talk with him as well, because it's about that. It's about joining forces to generate impact to the levels that we can, because we never know who is watching. We never know who is on the receiving end of this. And we never know who the people we are impacting are going to become. We never know if the kid that we are helping to raise their grades through the tutoring center is the next governor of Puerto Rico. We never know. We never know who we are impacting. The what?
Or President of the United States, who knows?
Or the President of the United States if the if the status changes. But let's not talk about that. That's a subject for another day. But honestly, how can people become agents of hope in their community? What is that?
Well, honestly, you can start small by just volunteering your time. If you can afford it, financially, you can give a donation via the website, or you can go to we have a shop on our website, or you can go to the Bonfire website and purchase some clothing, which everything goes from the clothing or the necklace that we sell on our sites, everything goes to the charity. 100% of the profits go to the charity. Or, you can go to, when we have the website for the funding for the service that we're going to be launching soon, you can go to, I believe it's rallyup.com. We'll release the link when it's time, and give a donation there also. Honestly, I'll be happy to receive anything from anybody. If it's just your time, donations, or just any advice that you guys can give us, or if you know that anybody is out there that will need help, then we're all ears.
So from what I'm hearing from you, people can become agents of hope by connecting in some way with the charity, either by donations or volunteering, or connecting with the projects that we're about to launch, correct? So you guys
honestly, deep down inside, we're all truly agents of hope, though. This is honest to God truth, But, if you want to help our little charity, help others in a different way, then there's no way I can tell you. There's no way I can tell you no. Contact me if you want to contact me personally. My Instagram is my first and last name. I'm pretty easy to contact, I would say. I'll reply back to you and we can go from there, So, but honest to God truth, we're all agents of hope, because you can inspire hope in anybody. All it is, just being there for someone in their time of need, maybe, or just, just little things, honestly. You don't have to do something so big to make somebody's day feel better,
Yeah. And
that's what I believe.
So for you, what is an agent of hope?
Perfect saying is providing a better tomorrow with hope from today.
Cool.
That's the truth.
And that's the truth. And I ask you,
and we have a t-shirt that says that on bonfire.com/store/HFU charity. Check us out.
Exactly. That's why I'm asking, because you have some pretty cool merch on Bonfire available, so people can get it. Like, it's already ready and people can just hop into the website and get some awesome merch like the one you're wearing and the one I'm wearing.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm not not to toot my own horn, but I designed both of those actually. I'm not an expert graphic designer or anything, but it took me a little bit to do. I'm still working my way around all those programs and things like that, but it was something nice to do. It was something fun, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And honestly, it's a pretty cool design, I might say. So the main reason why I'm talking with you today about the charity and all of this work is because you are somebody who is doing this, and you're not doing it for the PR. You're doing it for the work. And I want to make a lot of emphasis on that, because the main reason why I chose to work with you and volunteer with you and all this stuff, and like we've been working together for almost 2 years now. And I think this is the first time that we have done something this public, maybe. And the main reason why I decided to work with you and all of that was because you really care about the work you're doing. You're not doing it for the photo op. I literally had to chase you around with the camera so you would let me take some pictures. And you do it because of the impact and because of the kids and because of education and because of the importance of education. And I just really want to make that emphasis, because this is not just some fun task for you that it's fun and yay. No, this is something that you really care about. And you go in and you do the work and you make sure that the kids receive the supplies, and you make sure that the funds are sent to the right place. And I want to make emphasis on that.
Yeah. I mean, but don't
So
get me wrong, I'm having fun doing it though. I mean, when you go to a school and you see a little kid just so happy to receive their little bag of supplies, or when I tried to put some coloring books inside of there, just so they, can have a little bit of fun while they're taking off of, doing homework or something like that. I mean, it's priceless. Little kids, the smiles that they give when they're so happy is priceless, and it makes me feel good inside, honestly. I mean, if I might be a little such for that, but it makes me feel good to see a little kid so happy, So that's just
yeah.
something that I really enjoy.
Yeah. And that's why I kind of like want to emphasize on that and talk about that, because usually generate, like, you have fun doing it, but it's not because you're doing it for the fun. You're having fun in the process because it's part of your life's purpose, and it's part of that impact that you want to generate. And earlier in this episode, while I was rambling in Spanish, I was saying that when you find and you build your life purpose, is finding that converging point, that convergence point of what you want in your career, what you want in your career, what you have to grow in your character, and the impact that you want to generate in the world, and how you connect all three of them. And when you do that, all of a sudden you're working on your passion, and all of a sudden it's not just a nice thing that you're doing or something that you're good at, and just that, but it becomes a whole thing, and it kind of creates an explosion, and you start working fast and moving fast in that, because it's no longer about a single little thing. So that's why I'm asking and going back and forth on this, because I think that the powerful part of it, it's there, the powerful impact, the heart, right? Because I talk to you a lot about the heart, and what's the heart and why are
Mhm.
we doing this. So sharing the heart of what you're doing with us, it's really important. So yeah. So before I wrap up our interview and all of that, do you have any advice to people, or what would you say to people that want to create an impact in the world but are afraid that they're not able to do it by themselves?
Honestly, I mean, you shouldn't be scared. Honestly, I mean, like I said before, any little thing, any little thing can affect somebody's life in a positive way. I mean, if you just give somebody some advice that they needed to hear, that person that took that advice from you can affect somebody else with that same advice, you know, and it just spreads without you knowing, or you knowing, you know, this set of chain of events that happens. I mean, like, you don't have to be, I mean, honestly, just don't be scared. I mean, you don't have to have a lot of money or a lot of power to affect change in somebody's life. If you feel like that's what you want to do in your life is help people, then find any way to do it. Just go down to your local, you know, soup kitchen and serve soup to the homeless, or go find a mission to go somewhere on South America, Africa, Asia. I mean, people need help everywhere, honestly. The truth is, people need help everywhere. But you don't have to go too far to find somebody that needs help. It could be somebody in your own backyard. It can be somebody in your own house. You can affect change anywhere.
That is true. That is true. And before we go, something else popped up in my head that I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
So before we leave, how can people find you or the charity, either online or in person? Not in person. Nobody's in person right now, but I mean, like, on the socials. What are your accounts?
Yeah, you gotta wear your mask. You gotta wear your mask. You gotta wear your mask.
You do. You gotta wear the mask. Thank you for leading with example. So how can people find you and the charity online?
First and foremost, the way you can find the charity is on Facebook and Instagram is arroba, or the @ HFU charity. And for our merchandise page is shop HFU charity. And for my own personal page, you can find me at Chinemelu Elonu at both Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
Cool. So people can find the charity. People can find the shop page of the charity at Shop HFU, and they can also find the website. What's the website?
The website is hopeforoscharity.org.
Mm-hmm. And what can people find in your website?
From our website, you'll find some of the people that are volunteering in the charity. You'll find out about the founder, the president, vice president. You'll find both of our stores with Bonfire, and the store that's actually hosted on the website, where you can find the different necklaces and some of the dashikis and stuff that we have on there, some bracelets. You'll find some of the things that we've actually done in the past. Right now, we're not doing as much in Nigeria because, you know, of the COVID that's been going on, and some of the protests that have been going on because of the NSARS protest. And then you can sign up for the newsletter, to where you'll be able to know what is going on within the charity in terms of our different fundraising events, our different events where we're going out and doing the medical outreaches, and when we're doing the educational outreaches. And on that, when we're having fundraising events such as the Taste of Pan Africa, which is one of our big fundraising events that we do, it's usually in Houston or Dallas. We have that with Clara Iguala. She's part of the charity also. She's one of our great volunteers that has the wonderful organization I just said, Taste of Pan Africa, that has been able to allow people to taste different foods, different cultures of African countries and Latin American countries, and it's actually a wonderful event. I've been able to go once. Most of my home base is Puerto Rico, but when I've been stateside, I've actually been able to go, and it's a wonderful event. There's actually one that's upcoming, I believe, in 2 weeks. So if you're able to go and you're in Houston, you should check it out.
So you can get a taste of Africa. I've seen the posters.
And Latin American food. Don't forget Latin American food, because most people might not know, but our cultures are very, very similar. Very, very similar. Maybe that's why I like Puerto Rico so much.
I think so. Because Puerto Rico, we are a mix. So we have that Africa in our blood. And we are proud. And I also think that we have Africa in our kitchen, because those
This is true, but like I tell all my friends, don't forget, I'm the original. Ooh, papilla.
Okay. But you're very with pride, though.
The Puerto Rican pride is very strong. Don't get me wrong, but Nigerians are strong with their pride too.
Oh yeah, and that's good. We stand. So, thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope we are able to do this again sometime and maybe launch some of the stuff that we have to do. I'm really, really thankful for the opportunity of being able to interview you in my platform.
Always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. You are very, very kind, sir. So, without any other further thing that you want to say to people, okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Is it the mass method?
Kind.
The what? Be kind. Be kind.
Yeah, be kind. Well, yeah, this is my favorite mass right now, honestly. I actually got it from the Happy Givers with Carlos's charity. They have a lot of merchandise, also a lot of beautiful shirts that have powerful statements on them, very powerful statements. And you should check them out too, thehappygivers.com.
Yes.
They're wonderful charity, honestly. They're a wonderful charity.
They are. They really are. And I'm really excited about all the good stuff that is on the hot plate. Let's call it like that, the hot plate. Oh, I don't know if we have any comments on the box, because sometimes we do. And I just haven't been checking them out. Oh, I'm seeing some comments. From people. There's my sister. My sister, my number one fan. After my mom is my number one fan, but you get it. So we have some messages from some people that usually connect weekly. So here's one from Tommy. He was actually here in La Plataforma a while back. And he's a really talented artist and writer. So he says, "Hi, guys, blessings." Hi, Tommy.
He's a writer. Okay.
Yeah, he's a writer. He's pretty cool. He wrote a novel about some cosmic space planets, fancy stuff, and I really, really liked it. So he's really good. And then we have here's my sister, because
Oh, hey, sister.
Hey, sister. And there's some other people that have said excelente about the initiative that we were talking about. Thank you so much. So, Junior, well, I don't want to take any more time from you today. Do you have something else that you want to tell people about the upcoming things, or should we call this a wrap?
Again, I'm sorry.
So with this, we are done with the interview today. Do you want to say some final words before we log out?
Man, I just want to, wish everybody. I just want to wish everybody a beautiful night. Every day is a privilege, man, and just want to wish everybody a beautiful night. Bendición, bendición.
You got that right. So many thanks for being at La Plataforma. I'm just gonna do the closing. So see you later, and thank you for joining me tonight. Well, everyone, ahora puedo hablar en español. Porque ya puedo hablar en español. Así que, como les dije al principio, muchísimas gracias a todos los que se conectaron. Les advertí que iba a ser un episodio especial y me dio en Spanglish, pero intenté traducir, pero en verdad nunca, mi cerebro dijo voy a traducir, pero mis palabras nunca lo hicieron, así que les pido disculpas si estaban esperando que traduciera. Muchísimas gracias a todos los que se conectan a la plataforma y muchas gracias por apoyar este proyecto. Los veré la próxima semana en un episodio sumamente especial también por acá en la plataforma. Así que muchas gracias por el apoyo. Muchas gracias por conectarse, compartan con sus amigos y vayan a YouTube a darme un poquito de amor, por favor, y muchas gracias. Así que nos veremos en la próxima semana en un nuevo episodio de La Plataforma.